Koinant, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And earlier today, I put up a video talking about Bosasa, and there's a link and you can see it, and it just exposes how corrupt the whole thing is. Now, this is a shout out to Jurgens, who basically said, hey, Scotty, Google, where did Bosasa come from? And I'll save you Googling it, because I'll tell you, and it is quite extraordinary. You will see, it says, after a change of management, the company changed its name to Maritime Hostels Pty Limited in 1985, changing its name again to Diambu Operations Pty Limited in 1996. After, this is a key thing, after signing an agreement with the ANC Women's League-controlled Diambu Trust. What a link back to the ANC. And it concludes by saying, Gavin Watson was then made CEO. The company was renamed Bosasa in 2000. Can't get a bigger link than that, can you? Now, talking about the ANC, let's get back to the subject of this particular video. The ANC, and I've been talking about this for weeks now, that the ANC are looking for every which way to plunder white monopoly capitalism, to cover up their tracks with all the corruption that's going on in state-owned enterprises. And this has now been ratified by well-known economist Mike Schlussler, who's warned that the ANC wants to use your pension money to fund bankrupt state-owned enterprises like Eskom and South African Airways. The policy of prescribed assets was introduced in the ANC's 2019 election manifesto, where it states it will investigate the introduction of prescribed assets on financial institutions' funds to mobilize funds within a regulatory framework for socially productive investments. In simple terms, it means that financial institutions will be forced to invest a certain percentage of their assets in certain sectors or companies prescribed by the government. Singia CEO Magda Vereska said prescribed assets are a blunt instrument and that the ANC had only engaged minimally with the asset management industry about the plan. She said while it can fill the immediate gap in the funding of bankrupt state-owned enterprises, it will also divert investments away from the funding of corporates that create jobs and contribute to growing the economy. It will also affect the revenue derived from the taxation of such corporates. So what is taken to fill one bucket empties another, said Vereska. Alan Gray, strategist Sandy McGregor, warned that prescribed assets lead to an inefficient allocation of capital. He added that a prescribed assets policy will drive away international investment, as investing in local assets will result in suboptimal returns. So basically, what you should be looking at if you have got a pension in South Africa is looking at whether you can actually move it offshore. And from what I'm hearing, some of the big pension funds are actually doing that. They're moving their money offshore. And I think that's to try and escape this little development with the ANC. Tied up so closely to Bosasa, huh? Wow. Schussler said the government will have the ability to invest people's pension money into failing companies like Eskom and South African Airways, which can result in big losses. He added that the prescribed assets will be misused by the ANC government in the name of things like black economic empowerment, or BEE, and development. Prescribed assets is a very dangerous thing for people, and I think young people do not always realize it. So the bottom line is, guys, if your pension is stuck in South Africa, the ANC government are going to start demanding that your financial controllers of those pension funds put a percentage towards failed state-owned enterprises like South African Airways, Eskom, Denel, etc., etc., etc. And you can be guaranteed that it's just like throwing money down the drain or burning money. You'll never see your money. So your pension fund is now kind of hamstrung. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for updates, and have a great evening.